Split is where we're headed to next, and that really just bleeds defense. So, and to add insult to injury, it's China-Nguyen on the defensive side. So,
yeah.
A really rough go. But Moses, we'll let you go, and we'll hop into this next game. Vansilli, why don't you take us away with the pistol round?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wtfmoses, as we are into the last and final map here. FaZe Clan starting off on the attacker with a drop kill from Marv onto Pancakes. We do have a boombot inside the side. Marv continues to burst inside as that Omen headshot into Tai T. Spike about to go down at the default spot on this 5-on-3 situation in favor of the FaZe Clan. DXN looking for their rotation. They're going to make a lot of footsteps here towards this A-Ram, and Corey should be able to hear all of that. But look at that long range. It's a headshot and a double shot to connect onto Rawkus and take him down, narrowing the lead in terms of bodies in favor of FaZe Clan.
Still a paranoia to come through, and the defense need to act as the spike is sticking. Don't have a whole lot of time to dilly-dally. There are 3 members back of sight, and now they have to push in zachareeee with 1. That's going to be babybay with the shorty. Down to 1 final player. It's Decop, full HP, while the other 2 members could be sneezed on. And speaking of sneezes, babybay sends one right onto Decop with the shorty. And that is a very important pistol round 1 here for FaZe, because if we have a look at earlier in the day, 10-2 was the scoreline in the first half with China-Nguyen on defense. If FaZe even get 3, 4, 5, anything greater than 2, they've already improved their performance on split, and that's something that they desperately need to do. One of the win conditions here, I think, for FaZe is for Corey to have a great game. We saw the cracked raise on Bind. Vansilli, do we see it again here on split?
I definitely will believe that we'll see Corey do very well here, at least as the agent of Raze. I do like the fact that he switches over to an agent like Raze, but we can talk about it in a bit. We talk about him being cracked. That's the first kill. Second kill stolen by Marv. So these 2 top fraggers for the team. They are going to be the entry fraggers for the lineup of FaZe Clan, and they are already putting work in the first 2 rounds. Now Decop looking for this push, but the timing is off. He turns around as zachareeee pushes in, gets executed, dropped, B site open, and a 5-on-2 with the last 2 guys only with pistols. It's pretty much going to be over at this point, at least for this round in this scenario, as China-Nguyen will have to reevaluate and rethink their strategy once they have the guns coming into this 3rd round. The first one to fall, the second one just looking at the corner, top of the stairs, does have that shorty, and they're closing in. Oh, that's an audible cue, sorry. But he still gets a kill into zachareeee no matter what. And that is going to be it. 2-0 now in favor of FaZe Clan.
That's such an important round to win, but not only to win because it's standard for you to win the round where you have the gun advantage, but to win in that fashion. They only lost zachareeee, who only had a pistol, so they actually keep a Phantom, a Spectre, and who knows what else, because we love to see the scoreboard to see that, but who knows what else that they're bringing to the round to follow. Yes, China-Nguyen, they've got a gun round, but FaZe, they're hypothetically saving on this round because they're not really spending anything new, right? I think actually, never mind, babybay does buy an operator, so they kind of need to win this because he made a pretty hefty investment. I think he may have been on the Ghost as well. So nevertheless, only losing 1 member is so good when it comes to the economy, but will they be able to hold it? That is the question on this side here for China-Nguyen.
Yeah, definitely. The buy is still strong right now for FaZe Clan. You can't dismiss the Jet with the Judge too. So he could really bring that fight close range as Rawkus is playing that agent. And the only weaker gun is that Spectre with Marv. But Marv has done some good work so far here with that Spectre in that previous round and does have that aim to be able to bring as much of a big fight versus a Phantom being wielded by all of China-Nguyen at this point. So a couple of smokes being thrown down from Pancakes just to cover up towards this A, but they have walked up already. So they may be out of position here at this point, and he may get caught off guard. So interesting enough that they're giving away Heaven at this point for the defender side. At least that audible cue from the Boombot allows Pancakes to say, okay, they have Heaven. Don't know what we're going to do with it yet, but it's going to be them just falling back to take control here of ropes.
That's a good swing there from Pancakes. He's going to take out 1. Little does he know there's a lot more members huddled up towards the ropes here, and they're going to make a lot of noise. Pancakes is going to take out a 1, has to reload the clip. It runs dry. Tai T is there to try to make some kills for his team, but unfortunately Marved is going to take him out. Now down to the 3v3. That's the wall up for zachareeee. A great take now for the A site, which forces China-Nguyen into the retake. But fortunately for them, they take out Marv. Spike will go down, but they still have to deal with some of these members on the site. Rawkus has the open hand. That's going to be the first shot. It's good. Headshot connects. Still a couple more. But now as the TP comes in, they're playing towards the screens, and it's the 2v2. Sage going to be playing towards the elbow. Have to be careful because it is an op in hand. Paranoia comes through, but it doesn't connect. Still, yes, it does. No matter what, finds the frag on the money. Now down to the 1v2. Shorty in hand. Cute Fat Boy swings, sees the shoulder, but it's zachareeee. And it's 3 rounds for FaZe. You don't lose those rounds for trying to win. And for FaZe, they've already bettered their score than last time, and it's a great start for them.
Yeah, definitely so unfortunate there for trying to win. Pancakes did a great job. I mean, he got the first kill. I think he got the second kill, but did so much damage on to 2 players moving up towards the ropes. Everybody. I mean, everybody, all 5 players of FaZe Clan were inside the vents, moving back up the road, still trying to decide if they want to go B or A. They said, look, we have the numbers. Let's try to trade it out. They take down Pancakes, and then Ty-T was in a great position to spray 2 more down, but somehow did not connect. If only he wielded an Odin, maybe it would have been a different story. But at that point, that allowed here FaZe Clan to take over this A side and just win with, like, what, a great clutch from the 2 versus 4 at that point, all thanks to Rawkus. But with this round, though, you see the ecos coming through for trying to win as they're all getting dispatched towards this mid side. They try to crossfire towards male, and a couple of guys pushing towards long and B, long A and B side. It didn't come into their favor. So 4 unanswered rounds. It's going to be that money back now finally for a gun round for trying to win. And we'll see if they could turn it around, because we did talk again about how defender side it could be for a lot of these teams, just that comfort to playing the defensive side. So losing that pistol, losing a second round, and then losing a third gun round, you've already lost like 25% of that half for you. So it's difficult at this point.
You know, looking at some of the previous matches against the 100 Thieves, FaZe Clan only won 1 out of 6 pistols. Against their earlier match on Trying to Win, they only won 1 out of 4 pistols. They have definitely improved their record now against Trying to Win in this map, because winning the pistol has netted them 4 rounds in a row on top of some great play. And already taking out the Sage out of the conversation, they're looking even better now as they're hungry. They want more blood. They see one player back in heaven and now going down the stairs, still have to try to retake the site as, I mean, it's completely lost now, and pushing in through the alleyway in the back corner of the B site is really a whole army of Trying to Win players. Getting tagged down is zachareeee, but it's the Sage. He can heal back up to full. Here comes the plant. Decop going to try to push in. It's the orbital strike as well to make matters worse. And it will find its mark onto zachareeee. But now that Trying to Win players are on the site, Spike's still going to try to go down a second time. Corey is going to have to deal with the Molotov. This has been a great opportunity to stop the attack. Rawkus waiting off to the side. It is the 2v3. It's still very doable, but now the 1v3 for Rawkus. Last member standing up is good. But on the retreat, he gets sprayed down. A great round here for Trying to Win to finally stop the bleeding.
So first off, I have to stop trying to do math live on air, because I meant 33%, not 25 at that point, because, you know, math on air, on the spot, not that easy. But with that, though, I gotta say, it was a great retake play for the defender side. A super great job for Trying to Win. I did not expect that type of retake to be so crisp or so clean for this defender side, because they've lost Dixon as the operator early in the round at the male. Look at that. A molly on the ground, known at its default. Yes, you get the spike down, but you already have dispatched the top player, or one of the top fraggers for the team, being Corey at that point, and you've taken him out of the equation into that round. But as well as the wall bang and the orbital strike, preventing, at least, you were mentioning a self-heal coming in from zachareeee. He didn't have time to do that because he was so focused on the plant, died instantly from that, and put some players out of position for FaZe and never gave them the opportunity to play a post-plant situation. So a great job for Trying to Win on that D, putting the first round on the scoreboard for the defender side too.
Look at that camera as well, spotting out so many of those players. Little do they know, Cute Fat Boy's waiting up above the ramp there. He's going to almost find the second frag, and now Marved gathering a little bit more information for his team. Already the man advantage here for FaZe, but Corey's still looking to get involved. We talk about how important his success is to the success of FaZe, and already getting a little bit more involved for the defense, proving to be a nuisance. And already Spike going down. Ty-T gonna try to do some of his own race play, but he'll be taken out by Marved. And now, as there are 2 remaining for the defense, this is looking like a great round for FaZe.
Well, unless Decop, yes, he does get that kill onto zachareeee as he looked towards the 50-50, but there was a dark cover, so he couldn't look deep into the screens. Gets backstabbed, but thankfully, Corey gets the frag, leaving out Decop, the last man standing. gets a kill early, maybe he go for it, but there's nobody towards this heaven side. So as that clock keeps ticking down, I think the best bet, you see that operator on the ground, I think he's going to try to get that, save it into the next, but at least he needs to not make any noise to start. But as he peeks out, oh, the timing's perfect. Okay, he's not going to take the I guess, at that point. So that spike is going to go off no matter what. It is going to be 5-1 now in favor of FaZe Clan, as they're trying to reset it back at least on this attack. There was a nice camera, as you said, Simo, but the way that they just pushed it aggressively as a group for FaZe on the top of the A ramp was just too much here for Win to handle.
I don't know what Infamous did, but he might have just gave him a yelling or two, you know, just whipped him up in the shape. You guys are not losing this match, and already a map that we statistically consider a defender-sided map is going so well for FaZe. Yes, they lost one off of a great retake from Win, but now they're back down to a little bit of a rougher buy. You know, I see a couple of scattered weapons, a Bucky, a Shorty, a Phantom, a Bulldog. There's not a lot going on here for Win. Still have the tools to make it difficult for FaZe, but we've seen some variety in their pushes. They're A last round, well now they're B. Q Fat Boy, he's also A last round, and now B. So Win also mixing it up. And they've been able to at least stop the push, and now FaZe Clan have to re-strategize. How are they going to deal with this 4v5?
Well, it starts off here, and at least that boom bot is taken down. Everybody falling back here for FaZe Clan to retake this mid control. The wall has been up early, but one blast pack here will be able to do enough damage to break the whole wall down. So at least now the camera's going to go up and look towards heaven, and it's not going to spot anything yet. We are trying to counter as much as we can. But with that camera already placed up here on the attacker side, it's going to give a lot of advantage for FaZe Clan. Because of that, you have to play more passively for trying to win. You're stacking up here, playing towards bottom ropes and B heaven, but on the left side corner, which you have to win at least 1 or 2 fights. And especially as DXN, with the res, it's a tough spot to play. So babybay is going to try to contest it. He gets that first kill. Everybody else, though, has rotated back towards A. So let's see if Raze and Omen can hold it on their side now as Tai gets the first with the showstopper, but no kills. At least D comes out there to get the frag.
You know, for Corey, all around him were familiar places, but at the end of the day, he was just not able to get out of that sticky situation. Still 5 strong here for Win. Time is ticking down. Operator, sorry, the spike for zachareeee. It's not going to be very easy for him to get it down. There's 4 seconds that remain. He's now the last member standing. And finally, another round to stop the bleeding. We'll see how zachareeee is able to at least get a couple of frags on the way out. And now Win 2-5. FaZe Clan, though, have had a pretty good start. I'm not going to lie to you. They won the pistol. They won the round to follow. Then they won the gun round. And then they won another. And so now things are, yes, looking up for Win. But when FaZe Clan swap over towards the defender side, how is it going to look the same for Win? Are they going to be able to steal away rounds on the attack? That's a little bit more difficult to tell. Last time it was 10-2 for Win's defense. They had way more rounds to play with. This time, not so much.
DXN to confidence. Him losing that fight earlier on before will not phase him into this one, no pun intended, but he peeks out, gets the first kill down towards mid, and makes it an early 5-on-4 situation in favor of make that a 5-on-3. Decop holding his defense towards the A side, as the rest of FaZe Clan are still holding right now towards mid. They don't really have a res to work with. The res is up here for the defender side only, but they have to try to get something done here with Jet. Jet's trying to move forward, and that's going to be Rawkus. A battle soon, maybe towards this mid side, as DXN is fighting against Corey, and it's going to be DXN taking the upper hand. But as I was mentioning before from that minimap, as you have Jet trying to move forward and look inside B, he's going to play against a 1-versus-1, but against a camera. You don't really need to peek out as a body, so that's already going to be taken off the equation for them to try to split towards this B side. They have to try to move as a group with the last 2 players now.
And maybe may look to save some of this weaponry because
Definitely.
economy is not really looking so good. This is the second round that they're now losing, which means it's a 2,400 credit boost. Not really a whole lot when you're looking at the bigger picture, but they still have some of the members, like zachareeee, he could probably buy. Marved could probably, well, he's going to buy for himself, but Rawkus probably could buy for somebody else as well, probably for Corey. They still have some credits that they can move on into the next round. But at the bare minimum, Win have stopped the bleeding, right? FaZe have gone on an absolute rampant tear, winning round left and right, and this is where things stabilize. But in a best-case scenario, Vansilli, it's a 7-5 stabilization, and even then, I still think FaZe have 1 or 2 more rounds left in them. So this could go 6-6. This could go even 7-5 to the favor of FaZe. We still have to see. I mean, considering it's a little bit more defender-sided, and now China Win have got credits in their pocket and can at least have a stable economy flowing through. It's things are not looking good, especially once we get to that second half for China Win. They really need to get as many rounds as possible that remain.
Definitely. Now, at this point, though, I do have a score update here, as we do have Envy that won against Complexity on that third map of Split. So that means that it should be T1 and Envy, moving out of Group C. So a big congratulations to Envy. So far, so good. When you're looking at the top 8 advancing, it's pretty much as predicted, with the exception here of what's happening at this point. FaZe maybe is going to be that second seed moving out. So far, with 5 rounds on the attacker side, it's looking good, right? A lot of people are saying China Wind are just warming up at this point, but they've already lost 5 rounds in this first half. So it's not over yet for FaZe. They could still bring this back on the second one, and it starts with an off-shot miss by DXN of China Win, as they at least spotted 3 players moving back towards the ramen side, so they know the attack is coming. With less than a minute left on the clock, we could still sell a fake, though, at least for FaZe. We're going to start off with a boombot. We see the cyber cages coming on the ground, a rocket to come out. Showstopper is still in the hands of Corey, and he's looking for that kill anywhere. Ropes, spawn, heaven. And now that he's frozen down, he does not get a kill, but at least babybay does so onto Omen at A. But it's a 4-on-4, a big flank's going to come through, so they have to act quick on the defender side. Cute Fat Boy is moving forward first. 2 of them towards the entrance of the spawn, 1 towards the backside. It's going to be Marved at that backside. He does not win that fight as it gets wallbanged. 2 bigging towards the front. Rawkus off the first. zachareeee headshot onto Tai, but the flank is coming across now on this 3 versus 1. It's going to be nearly impossible here for DXN. He taps on that spike, but babybay, from that first kill on a late rotation, on that late flank, will get that round in for FaZe Clan.
Listen, FaZe Clan doesn't sell fakes. They sell real-life experiences. They push in, they go in, they get what they need done, and they do it well. What a great round coming out from them. And, of course, for China Win, we saw some great retakes before, but this time around, didn't really bode well for them. They tried, and they didn't even really need babybay with the flank. He was sprinting, making it past the glitch pop store. Probably bought a couple of sneakers, bought some of the new weapon skin line, and even then, by the time he got to the site, it was Rawkus with the op who really got the job done, peeking from garage. You're now looking at this round, you see how China Win is a little bit more pushed up forward. They really don't want to give FaZe Clan any space, because I feel like for the past, 9 rounds, they've given them so much free reign. They've played the A site super far back, and now as they didn't really find anything, they pull back, and already there's a frag in the middle, and that paint shell will just nullify it onto Tai.
You just hate to see it. You hate it happens as whenever you get res, you die twice in a number of 5 seconds. It kind of sucks. And at that point, you even waste a res, so that's actually really good for FaZe, at least on the attacker side. And because of that, to take this mid-control, they are committing to try to entry towards this B heaven. But there are some counter smokes coming in from the Brimstone, at least on the defender side. Actually, looks like it was a attacker smoke, actually, for them to slowly creep up. So zachareeee is at the point, looking for this first frag, moving forward. As you can see it through the X-ray, what's going to happen now? As they try to go for this repeat, he's calling it out. This is going to be so hard for D-Cop.
Yeah, he's on the opposite side. I think he's got the paranoia ray, but that's a slow orb. Now he's going to jump through. Unfortunately, he's slow, so he needs to worry about this triple peak buddy system that they got cooking. But Cute Fat Boy, he's going to try to make matters worse. Unfortunately, he's only able to find 1. Rez comes through. Corey with the up, not able to duel out against Dixon, but he's the last man standing. It's a 1v4, switches back to the up, may look to save it, and judging by backing away ever so slightly, getting out of danger, getting out of dodge, he will save the weapon. And I mean, I talked about a potential 7-5 half, and it maybe even looking worse now for the side of China Win. Their defensive side has just looked rough. They can't stop the FaZe train, and it's chugging along to victory.
Yeah, at least what's confirmed is going to be that 7th round on the board. Can China Win get the last 2? They're really trying to hunt him down to prevent him from saving this operator into the next, because he has been a nuisance towards his mid side. And there you go, zachareeee jumping in, headshot, and going for just some friendly banter to make it that 7th round that they want here. So now when you look at the economy, they are forcing into this for China Win. you will have small shields and a Spectre. The other ones will be able to have at least a Vandal and some Phantoms and some shields. But I see... Okay, I see TyT why he was going for small shields. He's going to opt to go for the Judge instead so he could buy an Operator for a DXN. So that's going to help for a full buy. Not as healthy as expected. Don't know if across the board they'll have enough utilities as well for the abilities on the defensive side, but at least they have the weaponry. So with DXN, if you can get some things done here with this Operator, it could start off well, but it's going to be Decop actually taking a charge into his own hands, the matter into his own hands. He's pushing towards A-Long, and he gets the first kill.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to FaZe, the only way to answer their aggression is your own aggression. So Decop, really have to commend him for at least trying something. And, you know, at this point, we thought we stopped the bleeding, but unfortunately, 1 or 2 Band-Aids is not enough. You need a whole bandage, a whole cast to try to stop FaZe Clan from really having such a successful attacker side. An early pick is good, but does that mean that they're down and out? Not really. The weaponry on China Win isn't really ideal across the board. Yes, they've got an op. Yes, they've got some Phantoms, but not everyone was able to have Jordans on the first day of school. There's some less than ideal weaponry on some of these players, and we'll see how that pans out because FaZe Clan, they're looking for one of their standard pushes forward. Sometimes it's B, sometimes it's A. This time it's the middle. A couple of the members, though, split up. I think it's Marv just trying to sell a little bit of a fake. Slow orb comes through, and now he may look to pull back as China Win are still sold on this idea. And now it's the rest of the team looking towards the A site. They can win this 4v2, even those odds, and have a great site take. Let's see what they do.
At least DXN finally is going to rotate quickly. You do have Pancakes. He spots the barrel of the gun of Marv. He gets the first kill, but 2 of his teammates fall. He's still towards heaven right now. The A site has been cleared. It's going to be a plant coming through, but he's going to try to stop it with an orbital strike. But at least it can move on the other side of the map to go for the plant. And now Corey trying to get these shots. Cute Fat Boy coming in from Rose gets the kill. Off shot missed by TyT, but at least the girl step spots them all. Frost onto the ground, keeps him up towards heaven as Rawkus is moving forward. He's trying to catch Cute Fat Boy off guard, but Cute Fat Boy says, nope, not on my watch. Gets that frag. Traded off back and forth as Pancakes brings it back here for the team. 5 players to fall on FaZe Clan, and we will get that defuse. Expensive round, but at least to get the round, and that's what they want moving into the last one.
You have no idea how important for China Win it was to win that. Now the 7-5 dream is still alive. They can at least fight to live to see another day. But then we still need to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is that FaZe have had such a great time on this attacker side up against China Win. And we thought that this was their map previously earlier on the day. Maybe the FaZe players weren't warmed up. We saw a 10-2 finish scoreline here for the first half of China Win's defense. And now it's looking like, not even now, sorry, not even like it's looking like, but FaZe are actually walking away with a round surplus moving into the second half where they will have the favorable side. They could finish 8-4, and that would be even better than 7-5, but let's see how they shape up because China Win, I think they're just trying to find their footing, and if last round is their footing, then maybe they can try to squeeze another round out before we get to that second half.
And where it worked for them before there is having those 4 players push in and a lurk, but this time you do see that lurk on the attacker side, not looking to push back inside the A side. It's just babybay looking to flank towards mid soon. But as we get the showstopper from Corey, it's going to be Cute Fat Boy swinging out with 2 kills of the Spectre. TyT getting 2 with the Judge. We are looking at a 7-5 as the last one is spotted in the mid side. babybay gets the first frag. Neural Theft to come out. They're dropping inside the site for the defenders, playing it safe on their side. They do have the spike in their hands. That is towards that B. So babybay at this point, playing super safe for trying to win. It's a great way to play, despite it being a 4 versus 4. So you're going to bring the action, you're going to bring the opponents towards you, and you have the perfect angles to watch towards every angle. But you got to say how confident that was of a wide swing that came in from the Spectre play of TyT to get those kills.
Now for babybay, he's down to 72. On the opposite side, there's varying barrels of weapons looking down up into heaven. They know exactly where he is. Dixon gonna find that one. So China Win. They at least salvage the last 2 final rounds. And so for them, to be quite honest, similar to how for FaZe Clan the pistol was probably the most important thing, the same applies here. Because for China Win, the pistol, winning the pistol almost means you start this half 7-7, you know? You're evened up, you're all tied up, and the rounds previous don't matter. But what does matter is the sides, and FaZe now have the favorable side. We'll see what they do. We'll see if they continue to play aggressive, because, you know, when we looked at their ascent, they were, like, trying to lurk. They were trying to push up through the courtyard. We'll see if that's the same case here. I don't think it will be, considering how they're set up, but the rounds forward may tell us a different story.
So they are looking for this mid control to start things off for trying to win as 3 players are moving up there. An early wall, though, from zachareeee, having to play with a shorty. And that's what I kind of don't like at the beginning of the round, too. When you're actually throwing the wall 5 seconds in without really getting any information, you've wasted your abilities. But now you have a double push, at least from the defender side towards long B, but it's going to be DXN cannot retaliate as D-Cop gets picked off. babybay a 3rd kill, finally it's stopped, but Corey's still out there for that double frag. And the seal to deal the Boombot to get the kill, and he gets that kill nearsighted when we're looking at babybay at that point. So the idea was there for China win, but there were just 2 so far apart to try to get these trades.
Man, Hiko's child popping off there at the end. Finally finding some much-needed praise. The Roomba really finding its mark there. But, man, I was just saying how important it was for China win to win the pistol. And to me, it just feels like FaZe Clan are awake. They might be night owls or something, because it's 2 a.m. here, Eastern Standard Time, and FaZe Clan are the most awake I've seen them all day. They're just playing to win. They want to move on to the playoff stage. Trying to win. I'd love to see that same level of life in you, and I know you got it. I know you got it. You've been playing some games all day. Fortunately lost to Immortals, which put you here now against FaZe Clan. A very hungry FaZe Clan, might I add. And with the round ahead, let's see how China win push in towards this A site.
So Pancakes with the Spectre. They do have a force buy coming through for the attackers, and we do have the Stinger from D-Cop as well. So Stinger is a Sheriff, 3 Stingers, a Sheriff, and a Spectre. All of them grouped up towards this A side. And you do have 1 smoke left to work with, and it's going to be towards green. They have a Paranoia that could throw towards heaven and then try to push into the site. But look at this minimap. All 5 players are already playing with the crossfire on the A site. They are walking straight into a trap. This is where you're walking into a dark room, and then all the spotlights comes up, and then the FBI is all there, and they all say freeze. And there you go. That's 1, 2, and 3. Looking for the last 2. They trade it back at least for trying to win. But that is going to be it. Mars swings back out for the last 2 kills from the site, and it is going to be FaZe taking that round, and that force buy will force China win on a save.
Yeah, this could be the double digits now for FaZe, and that's something that you ultimately do not want to see if you're a China win fan. It's just unfortunate, you know. You try to gamble there on the force up, and especially considering you want to try to have a good start to the half, but Valorant, considering how many rounds there are possible to play, especially if you don't go into overtime, it's very momentum based, and we saw how much momentum FaZe gained in the first 4 rounds, and they continued that. You know, they really kept it alive, and of course China win finally found some of their own momentum. You don't want to start off the second half that you're already losing 3-0. Definitely don't want to be in that position, and I feel for China win. We'll see how they're able to bounce back. Maybe this eco that they're on with the Sheriffs, they can do some damage, but unlikely.
Couple of smokes down towards this B side, but we're just spraying through, trying to get something done, and it is going to be actually on the side of FaZe. So Corey lands a headshot onto Tai T, and I wonder if it was because he was trying to get that orb, and that sound came off, and then the spray came through. But at least now they're walking up towards this mid side. Nice entry from Cute Fat Boy, but a slow orb will prevent them from moving up quickly here, and even a wall towards the ropes. So you saw it. The idea for trying to win was to wall off towards the ropes and then move in towards this B side heaven. Now they finally make it back. After the frost has come through, zachareeee sprays all of his bullets and is forced to fall back and reload. So that means that the attackers could salvage this weapon and fall back themselves, and they're looking to push towards B. But Corey has pushed towards the entrance of B as well. This is going to be a tough one. He gets the first kill onto Pancakes as they're running back towards his midside. Big Paranoia, a headshot execution onto zachareeee as D-Cop pops him in the head. But Corey's still alive from the bottom. He heard the second one fall down towards the roast. This is going to have to force out D-Cop, and he gets the 4K, looking for the ace, but the 180 does not happen. 12 seconds left on the clock. We have to act quick. It's a 2 versus 1, and Marv wide swings for that pick to make it 10-5 in favor of FaZe.
Double digits now for FaZe, and of course for China win, we are expecting their first gun round, not considering that force up in round number 2. So we'll see how they bring the issue here to FaZe. But on the opposite side, we're looking at a similar purchase across the board. Heavy armor, utility, and the Phantoms for the side of FaZe, and they're looking to continue that domination to try to bring it on home, bring that trophy home, at least for day number 1, and move on to the playoffs tomorrow. But we keep talking about this underdog story of China Win. They want a team. They want to get signed. They want to also be at the other opposite side of victory. So to be so far down these rounds early on is rough to see. So you talked about that early wall. Here it goes up again. They're jump peeking to gather information. And that pre-fire spray says, there's 1, there's 2, maybe 3. And we'll see what they react off of that.
Yeah, definitely. Even Rawkus saw a few there as it was DXN just jumping across towards Ramen. You see him right now towards the mail, but they still want to challenge it without throwing anything. So it was going to be D-Cup with a rifle versus him, and he gets stopped, and that's the first to fall. And there you go. That smoke comes in a little bit too late, and it's going to be now DXN trying to push forward with his teams. And actually, that was a defensive smoke coming in from that brim on to the side of China Win. Sorry, it was the attacker side trying to move forward. And they are trying to take control of the rope side towards A. They do have cute fat boy, though, here, Simo, trying to look around. So let's see if they could actually close in on Rawkus, who was actually there to help out towards Marv, but is actually running back towards the Heaven side.
Oh, but he doubles back towards the screens. They hear some of the movement now up above. The rest of FaZe now going to start to rotate over. That is, of course, the showstopper from the side of Corey, and Rawkus going to still keep the dream alive here, defend the site. They're going to be moving in from the elbow. Has to be careful. Tai T takes him out, but that spikes up on the door, and cute fat boy lets that lawnmower rip and mows the grass. It's FaZe Clan left to the wayside, and China Win stay alive for another round, keeping their contention and possibility.
That was so close, because again, it was another one of those rounds where it was sub 15 seconds before we actually executed into the site for trying to win. And they did a good job out of that, at least. I mean, it looked tough as soon as Rawkus got that first kill, but because they already killed the first guy to help him out towards the A side, he basically got ambushed there from the J Hall. So from elbow, gave a chance there for China Win to get the kill and move in to get the plant. But again, from that first kill, he swings back. That's cute fat boy looking back towards the screen side and cuts any type of rotation, because with the time remaining, you know they have to try to push it aggressively to try to prevent the plant to win for time, at least for FaZe. I mean, they could have chosen to not do that and play the retake after a post plant, but they thought it was the better option here for FaZe, and clearly it wasn't.
Early looks at the round ahead. It is, of course, going to be a little bit of a standard setup here for FaZe. The 2-2 split with a little bit more heavy control for the attack, and the ropes here for the side of babybay, playing it up and down, but still catering towards that Heaven side. Now for China Win, through the sewers they go in preparation for this A push. It's just going to be the risky 5-stack, maybe the 2-3 split, 3 or 2 up towards Heaven, the rest going to funnel in towards the site. But look at the read from FaZe. They know this. They don't really have the weaponry here, so Sheriff's across the board, or maybe not across the board. They've got the operator here for Rawkus. And he's going to be really the person that they rely on, because not everyone's got weapons to play with. So Roomba is going to come out. Marved is ready. That's going to be 2 kills on the round. They're still going to try to funnel through, but on the opposite side, there's so many FaZe members. Dixon going to find one. This is the opportunity to try to hightail it through the ropes and go towards B. But do FaZe Clan read this? They have control of the A site. And now, as China Win retreat, will they win the 2v4? Vansilli, we're about to find out.
And you even see it from that minimap. I was going to say, they could pick up the 3 weapons there. You saw that Sage jumping down. He's going to pick it up. So it's going to be a 4 versus 2 retake. No time left here, as again, another sub 10 seconds before they get a plant. At this point, though, it's going to be 4 weapons moving in. 4 rifles picked up as well for FaZe. Well, 3 picked up, and the op still from Rawkus, and he's looking at a perfect position to get the first kill onto Pancakes, but has no idea that there's going to be DXN in the back, too. The res comes across, so they know they're both towards the spawn. This is going to be so hard. The first to fall, the second to peek through. Corey gets the headshot onto Pancakes, and it's going to be the defuse and the 11th round for FaZe Clan. A perfect gamble stack for FaZe on the defender side.
They got the defuse, they got the round, and Corey got some of the English breakfast tea bags to boot as well. FaZe Clan are feeling themselves. You know, early on in the day, especially losing to China Win, there were some question marks. I'm pretty sure even the FaZe Clan management had some question marks. It was a rough start, I'm not going to lie to you, but they've come alive and they're looking to play. 11-6 the scoreline. If you're a China Win fan, now's the time to start supporting them in the chat. They need that energy more than ever if you want them to make it through. But if you're a FaZe Clan fan, sit back, relax, because they've got everything under control. Weapons less than ideal for China Win. We see a Stinger in the mix and a Judge, while the rest of the team have got some assault rifles to work with. Let's see how they end up being used on this next round.
Definitely looking desperate now for China Win, and they are looking for this mid control. You see everything being thrown, a lot of utilities on this mid side, cameras, smoke, cyber cages, but it's still going to be them trying to lurk back towards the A side as Rawkus connects onto Cute Fat Boy. And we haven't mentioned his name a lot, at least in my opinion, in the first two maps, but this map, it's Rawkus with the operator, and every single player so far of FaZe has been stepping up. So this is going to be a very tough feat now for China Win. Marv looking for some information, immediately gets put out of his misery, at least from the shadow. So he's going to cancel that and move back towards A, where you now see them cheating on the defender side, towards B on the 4-man stack.
Yeah, these stacks haven't really worked out. Fortunately for them, they do have the race player playing towards the garage. We're seeing a little bit of lag, but that's okay. Decop going to find two. Still going to be zachareeee defending the site, and now the swing is good. Resurrection might come through as there's only 2 members remain for FaZe, but this is match point. And considering that was weapons bought from China Win in that previous round, Vansilli, my question is only now, do China Win have the credits to buy for another round where FaZe Clan, they've been Scrooge McDuck sitting on money almost this entire half? How are China Win going to claw their way out of this situation?
Yeah, I think from this overlay, as you can see through the X-ray, it should be a bug. Yeah, there you go. You still have the Spectre bug, or the Phantom bug, so it is a super low buy. Desperate times, desperate measures. They are tightening the belt in terms of the economy. It's the Great Depression, and it's going to be zachareeee looking to ring the first off shot, but it's going to be walled up as they are trying to push aggressively, trying to catch him off guard. Paint shells on the ground. That's the first to connect, a self-heal to stay alive, and he still has shields to work with, pretty much as a small shield at this point for zachareeee. So they do have this operator on top of heaven. I think they had 2 ops at the beginning too, so I don't know if the Jet also has one. With the way that they're switching over towards this A side, I'm assuming that Rawkus still has the op. Yes, he does. He has the operator towards A as well. So it's a double operator setup now for FaZe Clan, and Marv in a great position now at A ramp. Camera will spot him, but now you see the call is for them to rotate across because it has such low weapons. They're going to have to try to move as a group. Now they get that information. It could still be a call, but the camera's up towards Mail. Rawkus gets the first kill. zachareeee as well. That's 2 ops, but a trade-off towards the heaven side, and they're still trying to rotate back through ropes at B. But the camera, again, from the Cypher could give a lot of information away at this point.
Yeah, now they start to funnel through, but babybay, he's racing them against the clock. Tags one. That's going to be the blast pack and the molly to stop the push forward from FaZe. This could be the opportunity. Resurrection comes through. Decop now going to try to get that spike down, and it's the 5v3 retake with guns online for FaZe. The Hyenas are hungry, and they're ready to play. Smoke is obviously going to deny some of that vision towards that heaven side. Decop playing close with the Spectre. Really the only answer for him as they are up above. Now here comes the take. The spray's good, but it whiffs completely. Blast back down below. Corey finds one. Marved on the second. Down to Pancakes, and it's FaZe. They claw their way through the lower bracket, and they will move on to the playoffs tomorrow. A much-needed victory for this roster. Unfortunate for China Win, but FaZe Clan move on.
Big congratulations there to FaZe Clan. Of course, maybe some people doubted them when they were playing that bracket before here, Simo, when they got that first loss, but they made their way back. They were shaky. They were probably nervous, but they come back with great vengeance.